So there's a Florida police chief who was fired over minority first practices in hiring, meaning he was hiring people of color first. We got a clip. Let's take a look at the clip.
I made the decision that it was in the best interest of the department to separate with the current chief of police.
Fort Lauderdale City Manager Chris Lagerblum announcing his decision to fire Police Chief Larry Scirotto after just 6 months on the job. The allegation is discrimination in promoting officers. Scirotto is firing back.
The EEOC report is a report built on hearsay. There's no testimony. There is no transcript. There's no audio.
An investigation alleged that Scirotto made promotions based on race, gender, and sexual orientation. The report says at one point Scirotto was pointing to a wall of pictures of command staff saying, "That wall is too white. I'm going to change that."
The bottom row had several white males and one white female, and we were talking in conversation as it relates to our community and the expectation of a diverse and inclusive organization. And how do I report that we have that if the entire bottom row are white men?
Diversity in any department is a plus, and we strive to be diverse in our organization. We strive to represent the community that we serve. There's just certain lawful ways to allow that diversity to happen, and in this case, the investigative report indicated we didn't quite follow the law.
James, what is your initial reaction here, man?
You know,
I heard you say my dog.
First of all, it's Fort Lauderdale, and I'm just like, damn. And then when I tell you that they scared, but this man is looking for the people, is hiring people that's in that community, and that's right. The LGBT community is really big down there. Okay, right. The black community is really huge down there. People of color are really huge down there. So when he said he looked at that wall too white, goddamn right, it's too white. Change all of that. Right. Get the people from the community that needs to be in there, that knows how to work their community. That's what we need.
Yep. Yeah, and that's that on that, Cap. Because let's be real. I must say that's that on that, and then go into my own diatribe. I hate me. These cats don't even live in the cities that they police. They come from the suburbs. They're coming from Perrine. Well, they may not drive that far, but they're coming from Miramar, right? They out there in the nicest of neighborhoods, and they come into the city of Fort Lauderdale, and they take taxpayer dollars, beat up our citizens, because we know what y'all doing. Come on, I'm from now. One place I know, and I can call home, is Fort Lauderdale, and I know that place
right
a little too well, right? We know what y'all doing. Y'all taking all the money out of there. All these police officers don't look like nobody in Fort Lauderdale. You're right, James. Fort Lauderdale is diverse. Go in the neighborhood in Fort Lauderdale and show me that's predominantly white. In the city of Fort Lauderdale proper, show it to me. I mean, maybe down in Las Olas area, if you're going to include that, I don't know. Maybe you find some folks, and that's the LGBTQIA community down there. So it's got a reason to be diverse.
Right.
But here's the game. The game is now, you want to give us diversity. If you give us diversity, then that means you're a racist, and now we can fire you.
So he did the right thing. He just did it a little too early. There wasn't the proper chain of command in place for him to make that, you know what I mean, to try to make that change. So
he came
expand on that a little bit more.
just like, I mean, it goes to just changing everything from the local level. But in order to make those changes, you gotta have the support of your mayor and your and what's up from that, and then your governor and the city council and stuff like that. So he was, it was right place, wrong time, if you put it that way.
Okay. Yeah. So, you know what? I can't disagree with you.
Because he was only there for 6 months?
God, they got rid of that boy so quick. God damn.
He came in, he was like, oh, no, he changed it too much. No, man.
Oh, he actually mean diversity. Right. He came in and meant diversity and inclusion.
And he probably ran on that, because don't you have to be elected to be the police chief? Isn't the police chief elected, or are they appointed?
No, not in the city structure. The sheriff there is elected, but in the city structure, that's usually a hired position.
Okay.
Right. And then if it's a city manager, a strong, if it's a weak mayor, strong city manager, like we just saw, he's able to pull the trigger on a a firing. So that tells me the city manager down there got a little bit too much power. Maybe that's my estimation.
So he pulled the classic interview move. He went in there and he did the song and dance in his interview. In the back of his mind, he was like, "Oh, I'm about to shake it up when I get in here." He just spoke a little out of turn, a little too
sorry to that man.
He shook the table a whole lot. Oh, you shaking
now
the table.
listen, we're laughing, but we do stand in solidarity with you, brother, but we're gonna giggle a little bit because you really thought you were gonna be able to pull this off in that racist ass style. We appreciate you. No, because that's like we were talking about Brian Flores. Like, it takes courage. Somebody got to be the first out the gate. Like, shout out to that man for taking it on the chin.
Yep.
The next person, understand, you got to change the city manager first. So let's work on that. Let's get rid of that city manager. I just be throwing around stuff.
Yeah. And speaking
threatening people's jobs and stuff.
Speaking of Brian,
like
Flores,
I got power.
Dr. Mac, I'm coming for you next week, buddy.
Wait a minute, man. You can't threaten Dr. Mac while he ain't here.
I know. I'm gonna send him a text too when we're done, just to let him know. So,
and I'm assuming, Dwayne, I'm assuming that your microphone has been on to the audience all this time, right?
Yeah,
okay, all right. Go ahead, man. So Brian Flores, what's going on with Brian Flores?
I'm gonna save it because there ain't nothing going on with Brian Flores. That's why I'm gonna save it so me and Dr. Mac can have that conversation again.
Because I do remember.
I think all of us remember
how passionately our brother Dr. Mac. This is so unfair. We should not be roasting him in his absence. We love you,
exactly. He's not here. Look,
he can't defend himself. Somebody cut this segment, send it to Dr. Mac because we gonna say it. We're gonna say it again when he's back. But ain't nobody even talking about Brian Flores right now, man.
I wonder why. He went and got him a job, and now. What do we? What?
They swept that under the rug. They probably gave.
Well, maybe
you know what? We gonna wait till Dr. Matt come in. I think we should wait.
Yeah, no, we gotta. Because I don't want to answer to him off air. So y'all wait till that man come on in. Okay? Y'all ain't gonna set me up, get my head knocked off.
Right. Ben,
I understand power levels here. I understand appropriate power levels as such. Anyway. I think also, though, we got to remember that this brother in Fort Lauderdale, while we are kind of giggling on his behalf, in a similar way, he jumped out there to actually mean what he said when he said diversity and inclusion.
Yeah.
Right? Dwayne, I agree with you. Maybe it was a little too soon, but he did it. And he took it on the chin. So, we'll stand in solidarity with him for sure. Ain't no question. Like, where the rally at? What's the plan? What's the move? Because they're playing a game with him. They fired him because he actually tried to bring in diversity. And they did it with hearsay, like no actual real evidence. Like, that shows you how pathetic they are, but how malicious they are. They will fire you with no real evidence if you actually try to bring in diversity. So we're 100% gonna stand with that brother in Fort Lauderdale. Shout out to him.